When I was president at AGC, I worked for myself. My name is Christopher Michael Kopczynski, and my friends call me Chris or Cop. That was my dad's nickname. And my dad started the business in Cop Construction in 1948. Actually 46 he started it, and then he incorporated it in 1948. And we're still in business. Tom Stewart, Max Cuny, and Walt Haneke, the ones I remember. Well, during my presidency, the biggest issue that I had on my plate was the alternative minimum tax that we were trying to lobby Congress to get rid of for contractors. And we were marginally successful. The specific goal that we had as a group was to pay off the mortgage for this building, and we were able to accomplish that. And we had this little ceremony to burn it. Not the building. The events that I enjoyed were the social gatherings that we had at the big parties that we would have regularly at Davenport or in Coeur d'Alene, and then of course the National AGC was always a big event that I just loved going to meet all the people in the country that were the movers and shakers of this country. That was it for me. I mean, it was this social intercourse that I loved. The economy was pretty healthy and booming, marginally booming. I mean, it has its roller coaster rides, but we were on the upswing on a lot of things. Spokane is a slow growth area, and AGC was at the forefront of that every year, no matter whether it was a downside or an upside. So all I remember is slow growth. The AGC staff, and I haven't, my presidency was a real team machine. They worked well together. They didn't seem that I saw any nitpicking from the sidelines, but it got the job done every day, and they were very good communicators. Wayne and Cheryl and Mary and Danette, and you know, the rest of the crew was top 5-star. That's what I remember. I loved being around him. I was born into this business. Ever since I can remember, my Christmas present was either a hammer or a saw or a nail bag or a screwdriver, or then it became power drills. I grew up into it, going to my dad's cabinet shop and walking around with him ever since I can remember. And my grandfather was a carpenter in middle of Idaho, did handiwork and our name actually means stone builder, stone mound builder, from Poland, the Polish-German border. The name of a lot of construction workers in my family. It's kind of in your blood. Got the big hands and big feet and no hair. The significant projects are probably the airport expansion, the ticket and baggage wing expansions, the Green Concourse, the School District 81. Of course, the IMAX building I was so proud of until you tore it down. You were kind enough to give me a piece of the concrete. We did 33 churches around the Inland Empire and about that many high schools and middle schools and grade schools. Brown Elementary is one in Spokane, but they did a lot of school and church work and a lot of jail work. Walla Walla expansion. I mean, I could go on. And the county courthouse was, we remodeled that from top to bottom in the 60s, 70s, and early 80s. And then it's been remodeled again. But a lot of work that I can drive from in 5 states and see something that we did somewhere. Well, since I've been in it, since the 60s and 70s and 80s, 90s, probably the biggest change was in those early days, in the early formation of the AGC, it was mostly a union grade or a union shop that was the members, and then it diversified and then we had associate members and non-union. So everybody thought that the label that was a union organization, and it's not true. I mean, it has both sides, people that are not affiliated with unions and union people. They're all great people, in my estimation. Why did I belong to the AGC? I tell you, since I was a little kid, my dad thought, when he became a member of the AGC, he thought that was the pinnacle of achievement, is to be a member of the Associated General Contractors. And I'm not joking. He had it on. He said, those are the guys and the men and women of the country that are really building the country, and he just wanted to be with that group. And when he did, he was so proud of it. I mean, I had other things on my mind, obviously, but that's what I remember. So as the years went by, I thought, well, shoot, this is a good organization. And we were always members from, I don't know, way back in the late 60s and 70s. And so and I was always involved in it, but then I never was out of it. And when I did go into other circles in society, I realized that what a great what a group of people it was. Hard-working, industrial, work ethic people, and I wanted to keep in that group. It's a good fraternity. We are the AGC.